Are you an ambitious person with goals, but you're not making any progress? And this leaves you frustrated and sad and wondering, what on earth is wrong with you? Why does it seem so easy for others, but feels out of reach for you? In this video, we will look at social media, what it does to your brain, and how it feeds into the unwanted automatic behaviors that stand in between you and your goal. We will analyze how what you consume, how it affects you, and how you can use your social media to your benefit. This is one of my favorite methods, and it's not the social media type detox thing. It's using social media for your goals and your sanity. In case we haven't met, my name is Gwen Bach. I have a master's degree in applied neuroscience, and for the past 3 years, I've been trying to build an online business with no success. Menopause hormones had me gain 10 kilos, and I recently got a job offer just very slightly above German minimum wage. Now, this is my personal hell as an ambitious person with hardly any progress and no light at the end of the tunnel. First of all, let me tell you that the pain that you're feeling, it is real. And it's not just complaining at a high level, but it is hard, and there is no quick fix or magic pill. But there is science. And for me, science is magic that works. So, let's look at social media. We can love it and we can hate it, or we can even fear it, but it's part of our current reality. And I'm a strong believer in accepting the things that I cannot change and getting on with life. So we already know that constantly comparing our ordinary lives with carefully selected pieces of other people's lives can make us feel miserable. And when your feed is full of perfect bodies and overnight scaling businesses and people displaying their very best moments, it can feed into perfectionism and make every normal mistake feel like evidence that your life sucks. But short-form video content adds another layer of problems because your brain keeps switching from one subject and one emotional cue to another, with a fresh reward blinking up in your brain. And research links short-form video use with poorer attentional control, cognitive fatigue, and procrastination. Otto in 2025 found that even 3 minutes of entertaining short videos pushed people towards a more superficial approach to learning, and people learned less from short videos than from the same information presented as text, which is one of the reasons I switched back to paper books, as you can see. Now, it's not that TikTok has permanently destroyed your attention span, no. But it can make the slower, more effortful work your goal requires feel even harder to tolerate and engage in. And social media also affects what starts to feel true, because you see, the algorithm learns pretty fast what you watch, like, and share, and it offers you more of it because the platform's goal is to keep you on platform as long as possible. So it gives you more and more of what you want and like. And with this, it can become a bit of an echo chamber, only showing you what you already believe and engage in. Nihan et al. In 2023 found that like-minded content was common on Facebook, but reducing it did not measurably reduce political polarization. On the other hand, a large TikTok study published in 2026 found that once accounts were trained on partisan content, they received increasingly aligned recommendations. However, while the content you're currently fed is not neutral, the clue here is you can basically reprogram the algorithm pretty fast. So instead of deleting social media, we're changing the diet it feeds us deliberately. And this is pretty fast. Instagram will change in like 10 to 15 minutes, but needs a little bit more care afterwards. TikTok took me a tad longer, but then it's more robust too. Meaning it will keep on showing you what you engaged with for a while longer before it tests you again. And this might sound strange, but it will make more sense once you see what I mean. Because this is where my Dachshund puppy diet comes in. My feed was full of skinny and fit women and business advice, how to scale your business in 30 days. And if you buy my $10,000 course, and both were not helpful for my sanity because they made me even more frustrated. But what is neutral or even positive? I did not want to give up on social media because I stay in touch with friends and family, and I'm also creating an online business. So I decided to only engage in content that has Dachshund puppy. So what is not to love about them? So within 10 minutes on Instagram of engaging only with Dachshund puppies, my Instagram would show me more and more, and my feed went from frustrating to cuteness overload. So I could still have my mental break and use social media in this way, but with videos and images that make me feel good. By the way, this is video 5 in how to reprogram automatic behavior. And it's a complete course I put here on YouTube. And if you haven't watched the other videos, please do. This all will make so much more sense if you have watched all of it. I'm also still in the process of creating a workbook for you. Right now, there is a waitlist link below, so I can send you an email once it's published. It will be also a real paper book, so you use it with pen and paper, and it'll be on Amazon. So if you're watching this when I'm done, then you will see the Amazon link below. Okay, so before we change our algorithm, let's first analyze our past consumption and how it has affected our thinking. The first step is take a moment and look at the past 1 to 2 weeks. What have you been reading, watching, and listening to? TV shows, books, podcasts, movies, social media content, news. And now pause the video and make a list of all the things you consumed over the past 1 or 2 weeks. And did you write the list? If not, please do this exercise later. It can be so eye-opening. A while back, mine would have been full of news, crime shows, research papers, and build a business and weight loss and fitness content. Now I've become way more selective and deliberate with my cognitive diet. And you might ask why, and this leads us to the next step. Now look at the things that you consume, and then for every one of them, how does your brain process this piece of content? For example, news makes me angry, and my brain processes this as the world is corrupt, violent, and I'm powerless. Watching the TV show Criminal Minds is processed by my brain that there is evil and psychopathic killers everywhere and they're out to get me. And watching skinny and fit women makes me feel like I'm less than because they manage to do what I have not. And being overweight makes me feel worthless. So you get where I'm going at, yes? Now please do this for the things you listed. And did you? What did you learn? And something to contemplate is, what do you need to watch and read that is more geared towards your goal and the life you want to lead? For me, this has been a bit difficult because I experimented with different online content, and I will share my solution after we went into my favorite part of this video, the Dachshund puppy diet. So now, take your phone and open your favorite social media app and search Dachshund puppies. And then for a few minutes, only watch Dachshund puppy videos And you can later switch to any other puppy, kitten, duckling, something innocent and cute. But let's start with the Dachshund puppies to clear our palate and the algorithm. And for the next few days, no need to forbid yourself social media. Just deliberately only like, watch and save Dachshund puppies. In Instagram, it took me about 10 minutes, so that when I go on search, all I see at the moment is Dachshund puppies. And over a few days, again, I see more and more Dachshund puppies. However, Instagram will test you, at least it did for me. So somewhere in between, a golden retriever puppy showed up and then a baby chicken. And when I watched this, other animals showed up and then it broadened more and more pretty quickly. So it does take a bit of discipline to engage only with the Dachshund puppies. Do this and let me know how this went for you, yes? Okay, so my solution to the difficulties with changing my consumption diet, where I deliberately use my consumption to say, positively brainwash myself into the direction I want myself to develop. For me, it worked really well to change my diet to whole foods, for example. I watched documentaries, read research and books about the benefits of a whole foods diet, which made changing my way of eating much easier. For building my business, I've gone on an Alex Hormozi diet. So my Instagram at this moment is full of Dachshund puppies and TikTok is Alex Hormozi only. Otherwise, I'm back to reading paper books and research paper. And for this, I am using the Synapse app, currently my favorite app to read research, which I have used as a replacement for my news consumption. Because I can curate the research topics and only see what I'm interested in. So if you're a scientifically inclined person, I can highly recommend this app. I mentioned difficulties because I thought consuming fitness content with super fit and muscular people would motivate me. But after a few days, I noticed that it just increases my frustration and stress, because while I might aspire to build muscles for healthy aging, realistically, I'm not going to invest the time and effort. Plus, I won't turn into the Hulk in 3 to 6 months of training, which would be fun. So I stopped and rather went into longevity research and the health benefits of calorie restriction and muscle building for healthy aging. So what I'm trying to say, probably way too wordy, you will need to experiment and find what works best for you. Another method that works really well for me is what I call deliberate thought engineering, which is a guided writing process. And I've uploaded the first video with this process dealing with the I don't feel like it on YouTube. And I'm planning to create many, many more. It's just 10 minutes and you'll be writing together with me very targeted consumption of video content and obviously interactive. So now, what do you need to consume that would help you to go forward with your goals? Make a list and then experiment with it. And again, in this video, we looked at social media, how it affects you and why it can act like an echo chamber and lead you in circles. Also, how different content we consume can affect us, such as news can increase urgency and threat. Creators, comparison and productivity content can make us feel we're eternally falling behind. In the next and last video in this series, we will look into my favorite way to get my mood and motivation up. And it's not something I hear other people talk about. And obviously, it is solidly rooted in scientific evidence. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!